you're live.
Well, hey, are you there? How are you, folks? Happy Friday. I'm Benny Bleu, and I feel very fortunate that I'm able to be, as they call it, the guinea pig of this live streaming system that they've rigged up here at the Bop Shop. This is one of my favorite places to see shows. I've seen some of my favorite shows here, and I'm really happy to be doing this. And this is a really cool thing they have set up. I'm playing for this beautiful mannequin head that has a microphone in each ear. And so what you hear in stereo is what you would hear if you were that mannequin head right now. So stay very still, and you'll feel the sensation. I've got a set of pretty woodsy, old-timey, peaceful music for you tonight. That's how I've been feeling lately, or at least that's the music that I've had to channel to feel the way I want to feel lately. So I'm going to kick off with an Ola Belle Reed song called I've Endured. Born in the mountains 50 years ago, I've climbed these hills and valleys through the rain and snow, and I've seen the lightning flashing, and I've heard the thunder roar, and I've endured. How long must one endure? Barefoot in the summer and on into the fall. One too many mouths to feed, they could not clothe us all. We were sent to church on Sunday to learn the golden rule. And I've endured. How long must one endure? And I've worked with the rich, I've lived with the poor. I've seen many a heartache, and I'll see many more. And I've lived, loved, and sorrowed, I've been through success's door. And I've endured. How long must one endure? Born in the mountains 50 years ago, I've climbed these hills and valleys through all the rain and snow, and I've seen the lightning flashing, and I've heard the thunder roar, and I've endured. guys. That was a banjo tune there called Swatting the Flies. I just came out with a new EP on Bandcamp. You can find me on Bandcamp, Benny Bleu. And I have a new EP of music, if you haven't heard it yet. It's called Swatting the Flies, and most of it's instrumental music. Kind of relaxed instrumental music like that. And I also have for sale, seeing as I'm playing in a record store, I've got to push my record. I have a actual CD on Bandcamp called Warm Prickly. And came out with it last year. It's got a picture of a porcupine on the cover. And I wanted to sing the song called The Porcupine right now. I sincerely hope you stayed healthy and sane during this quarantine, and I hope you continue to do so. It's looking like we're going to be sticking around our own homes for a little while longer. And well, this is for all the folks who may not have a home to go home to every night during quarantine. It's for homeless folks. It's called The Porcupine. All the creatures of the wood thought their life was pretty good, but the porcupine was left without a home. Had needles in his skin, so they stayed away from him, saying porcupines are better left alone. All the creatures of the pines were content with being blind to the struggle that the porcupine endures. They didn't know his name, but they knew they felt ashamed when they found out that his needles was his fur. Yeah, I feel bad. I did not lend a hand, for a porcupine is better than don't understand. Well, they said he broke some rules, so they kicked him out of school, and unfortunately one more bridge was burned. Not a creature lent a paw, and so they never saw what a porcupine would offer in return. Now I feel bad. I did not lend a hand, for a porcupine is better than what we don't understand. So when a porcupine is going by, I try to get to know him. I think that you might see, though a porcupine is different when you see the bigger picture. He's a creature like you and me. All the creatures of the wood thought that life was pretty good, but the porcupine was left out in the cold. Had needles in his skin, don't be afraid of him. Let the story of the porcupine be told. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ben, we got some comments from people out in virtual land. Carol Gutman says hi.
Hey, Carol.
Holly Turner says
hey,
hi.
everybody.
Colleen Egan says hi.
Thanks a lot for joining, y'all. I left my cellular telephone at home, so I'm not able to see exactly who's here, but I really appreciate you all tuning in. I do have a PayPal link that Dan has posted under the event here, and if you have the means to give, I very much appreciate it. We're going to stay in the forest for this next one. This is a song I learned from a fellow that lives on my road, Jim Miller. And Jim and Corinne are good friends of mine. They live on Canadice Lake Road. And we go down there for bonfires. They might be watching right now. If you're out there, hey Jim and Corinne. And they both are great song singers. They know the art of singing a song, and I've learned a lot from listening to them sing songs. And this is a song that Jim turned me on to. It was written by a Canadian cowboy, Ian Tyson. It's called The Coyote and the Cowboy. Coyote is a survivor. I suppose he's gotta be. Lives in the snow at 40 below and Malibu by the sea. Now I'm just an old cowpuncher. I love to listen to his tune while I got high on a bottle of rye. The coyote got drunk on the moon. While I got high on a bottle of rye, the coyote got drunk on the moon. Well, the cowboy is a conundrum, a contradiction in his time. Says he's doing fine on the borderlines, just roping in the nickels and dimes. Now a bottle of rye is about $30 and the big fat moon is free. Tell me who is the dumber son of a gun, the coyote or me? Yes, who is the dumber son of a gun, the coyote or me? So with thoughts of reincarnation, I drifted into a dream where I fell in love with a coyote woman, a bushy-tailed canine queen. And way down in the valley at the old Long New Saloon, the cowboy got high on a bottle of rye while we got drunk on the moon. The cowboy got high on a bottle of rye while we got drunk on the moon. The coyote is a survivor. I suppose she's gotta be. Lives in the snow at 40 below and Malibu by the sea. Well, I'm just an old cowpuncher. I love to listen to her tune. While I got high on a bottle of rye, the coyote got drunk on the moon. While I got high on a bottle of rye, the coyote got drunk on the moon. Thank you. All right.
We got a lot more comments here.
Well, thanks for your comments, folks. I'll read
Wendy
them all later tonight.
Wendy Rapp says,
Hi, Mom.
loves the porcupine. William Neese says, hey Ben, great stuff.
Nice.
Charlie Smith, great hearing and seeing you, Ben. Brian Burley says, Burley's and Fernways are loving your performance from Cayuga Lake.
Oh, nice.
And this one's personal. Ashley, thank you so much for the awesome setup. Maybe that's to you.
All right.
A handful of emojis from Ashley as well.
If the Fernways and the Burleys are on Cayuga Lake, that means this time this year they would be going to Grassroots right now. And they're opting to watch me on their TVs than the live Grassroots stream, so I appreciate that. But I'm sure they'll tune back into Grassroots after this. Well, I've been living in the house I grew up in on Canadice Lake Road. It's about an hour south of here, and it's been kind of fun. My partner Sarah and I both lost a lot of work with the pandemic, and my dad was gracious enough to take us in. So it's been my father, my girlfriend, myself, and our German Shepherd, and we've been kind of taking it easy this summer together. It's been really nice, but just about every single day, Sarah and I will go down to Canadice Lake or Hemlock Lake and go for a kayak ride or just a walk around the lake. And so I wanted to make sure to sing this song that I wrote a few years ago called Canadice Lake. And I'm going to finish the song with a fiddle tune on the banjo called Old Beach Leaves, which I just learned a few weeks ago watching a live stream of Aaron Lipp and Bobby Henry play together. And so thanks for the tune, guys. Late at night in the pouring rain, I was sitting on the shore. Flash of green, I ain't never seen lightning like that before. So far away as yesterday, I lie awake and I hear her snore. But if I could dream, I know I'd be back sitting on that shore. I hear the sound of the lake. Give me more, give me more, give me all that I can take. And if I could, this whole life I would forsake if it would get me any closer to the hills. Ice Lake. I never guessed I'd move out west and be a fish, no use for gills. But if I could swim, I'd be back in that sea of rolling hills. Instead another night as she lays in tight, I fear I never will return to where an eagle flies and a small mouth dies and a candle slowly burns. I hear the sound of the lake. Give me more, give me more, give me all that I can take. And if I could, this whole life I would forsake if it would get me any closer to the hills of Canadice Lake. Need some baby powder on my hands.
Zach Rabbitfoot is suggesting that you might be drinking out of the pickle jar again.
That's right. Could go for a pickle right now. This is a pretty cool tune right here. I'm going to sing. I learned it from this great horn band from New Orleans called Tuba Skinny. And I'm not sure, but I think it may have been written by someone living in quarantine, and they were fed up with their partner. I don't know. See if you can relate to this song after living with someone nonstop for several months at a time. I remember playing a CD release party in this room one time, the Crawdaddy CD release party. Anybody remember that? And
Woo.
it was about twice as hot in here that day as it is today. This is pretty nice, really. All right. Next song I'm going to play, I learned off the Red Dog Run album. That's a band that Richie Stearns and Rosie Newton and Jim Miller and Jed Greenberg have together. But it was written by a fella named Dirk Powell, and it's just a beautiful song. A lot of people have played it. It just really captures a time and a place. I think it's called Waterbound. I went out late one night, the moon please come down. I'm telling you boys that I was waterbound on a stranger's shore. Rivers rising to my door, carry my home to the field below. I'm waterbound, nowhere to go. I carved my name on an old barn wall. Nobody knew I was there at all. Stables dry on a winter's night. You can turn your head and you can see the light. Black cat crawling on an old boxcar, with a rusty door and a falling star. Ain't got a dime in my nation's sack. I'm a waterbound and I can't get back. It's I'm gone and I won't be back. If you don't believe me, count my tracks. The river's long and the river's wide. I'll meet you boys on the other side. So say my name and don't forget, the water still ain't got me. Nothing but I'm bound to roam. I'm waterbound and I can't get home. Y'all.
William Nice says Waterbound is one of my top 10 favorites. Thank you.
I'd say it's one of your desert island picks, in case you were truly waterbound.
My reporter itch is going crazy, so I gotta ask the question.
I don't know if anybody can hear Dan Gross right now, but he says he's got to ask me a question. So
yeah, I mean, you mentioned, like, you know, I think for anyone trying to be creative, these times are really interesting because you're forced to really be inside your head a lot. You can't talk to as many people. You can't play out as much. So what have you been able to kind of find as inspiration to create new things when there's not as much going on around you and you can't play with people, and you know, how do you?
That's a good question. I've sort of leaned on old things. Like I've been playing more banjo in the last 5 months than I've played in a long time, and I'm a banjo player. Like I'm playing banjo all the time, but I've really kind of fell back in love with the instrument. You can see I've got, maybe you can't see, but I've got 3 of them here today, and so I've been playing a ton of banjo, and I've been working on songwriting, trying to come at it from new angles, you know, ways that I've never really written songs before, just to sort of build those skills, and then putting out that record, Swatting the Flies. I just kind of had a lot of recordings that I was making at the time, and wanted to put something out there, stay productive, you know.
Cool.
But yeah, this is a tune I'm going to play on the fretless banjo here. Actually, it's a couple tunes. I I tuned my banjo up for any musically minded people there. There's only 2 notes. It's just A's and D's. And so I kind of turned a lot of tunes that I play in cross tuning on the fiddle. I started playing on the banjo here. First I'm going to play Elk River Blues, and then I'm going to go into probably my all-time favorite, my Waterbound Desert Island fiddle tune, which is 5 Miles from Town. popping out. One more time. No, it's alright. My string got too far out of tune. Oh, look at the whole bridge shifted. Sorry, guys. Well, it'll take me a while to tune the banjo back there.
Yeah.
I'll be 5 miles from town before it's back in tune. See, that's one of the greatest things about being a banjo player is that you have to be forgiving about it. You can't expect perfection at any time. I'm going to sing another song off the Warm Prickly CD right now. It's called Lonesome Hill. the depths we dwell. We came by way of Lonesome Hill, our words unspoken, and so they stay. Ties are broken, we fade to gray, and it's our own grace we slowly fill. Don't let me die here on Lonesome Hill. Lay down your burden, lay it to rest. I am your brother, I'll stand the test, and you can call on me until we make our way down from Lonesome Hill. We find our way down from Lonesome Hill. Thanks a lot. It's after you've sung Old Red to the people you live with, you better sing Lonesome Hill, because they're the people you've got, and you better treat them right, even if you have to see them every day. Every day. We were just talking about before we went live here. We were doing the sound check. We were talking about our favorite finger picking guitar players, and I have to admit, I learned most of the stuff I do from my buddy Radwald Holland Bolton, who's might sound like he's an old dead Delta bluesman, but he's not. He's very much alive, and he lives in Ithaca, New York, and I'm lucky to play in a band with him, the Crawdaddies. And I just love the way he picks a guitar, and so he's been posting a lot of videos during quarantine, and I've been studying them at night. All of his YouTube plays, I'm sure, come from me watching over and over and over again to try to figure out what he's doing.
Well, that makes sense, because I think most of the Crawdaddies plays are from me, so I think it's
Thanks,
a nice
Dan.
cycle.
This is a tune that I've been playing for a long time, but just recently started playing it the way Rad does. It's an Elizabeth Cotten song, Shake Sugary. I have a little song, won't take long. Play it for you now, but you might take it wrong. Oh Lordy me, didn't I shake Sugary? Not everything I have is done and gone. Everything I have is done. I pawn my watch, pawn my chain, pawn everything I got, my home name. Oh Lord, in me did I shake Sugary. Everything I have is done and gone. Everything I have is done been pawned. Pawn my tobacco, pawn my pipe, pawn everything I got in my whole life. Oh Lord, in me did I shake Sugary. Now that everything I have is done and gone. Everything I have is done been pawned. I have a little secret, and I ain't gonna tell. I'm going to heaven in a split pea shell. Oh Lord, in me did I shake Sugary. Now that everything I have is done and gone. Everything I have is done and gone. I pawn my plow, pawn my plow. Got nothing left but my old cow, saying, oh Lord, in me did I shake Sugary. Now that everything I have is done and gone. Everything I have is done and gone. I pawn my watch, pawn my chain, pawn everything I got in my whole name. Oh Lord, in me did I shake Sugary. Now that everything I have is done and gone. Everything I have is done and gone. Oh my gosh, time is flying by, you guys.
Holly Turner's got some sharp ears. She says, nice chord twist on the original Elizabeth Cotton version.
That is a good observation, Holly. Holly's one of my banjo students, so that makes me very proud.
And then we got kind of an older one that just came in. John Osadnik says, Ernie Carpenter would love your rendition of his Elk River Blues.
Oh. Did Ernie... See if John can answer this. Did Ernie Carpenter write that?
I will see if John knows.
Because I learned Elk River Blues from a West Virginia banjo player named Fred Kuhn. And he made it crooked. I think if you picked up the Elk River Blues was crooked, Fred Kuhn made it that way. And I usually don't hear it crooked.
So when you say hear it crooked, what does that mean for us non-banjo or folk players?
Well, there's just like an extra note in there that makes it harder to dance to. If you were going to dance to it. So here's a good example, Dan, of a song that I've been playing for years and years and years, Billy in the Low Ground. And actually, in an effort to play along to one of Rad's videos on YouTube, I changed the tuning of this fifth string of the banjo because I literally couldn't tune it up any higher, so I tuned it down. And made this new sound I'd never experimented with before, so now I'm playing an old favorite, Billy in the Low Ground, but with a slightly different tuning, and it sounds really cool. Cajun Waltz for y'all. And if it takes us up to the end, it was nice playing for you. But if I have a few minutes left, I'll leave you with a fiddle tune.
John did have an answer. Ernie did write that tune. And John doubles down and says he has the original album on Augusta Heritage.
Wow, very cool. John owns a lot of great old-time records, a lot of which he's bought from Tom here at the Bop Shop. So if you're looking for obscure old records, come to the Bop Shop. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. You know, if you don't know the story of the Elk River Blues, why people had the blues, if you've ever seen the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I don't know if this was actually the Elk River, but you know, at the end of the movie, this flood comes in because the whole time throughout the movie they've been plotting to, I guess, breach a dam, and they flooded this valley. They built a dam and they flooded this valley, and it became a reservoir. Well, that's what happened with the Elk River, and a lot of people lost their homes just by right of the government.
Maman et papa sont pour les danser avec moi. Et maman et papa sont pour les danser avec moi. Et maman, allez-moi, on n'est pas fait de l'accordéon. Et maman, pas fait de l'accordéon. Oh! Maman et papa sont pour les danser avec moi. Et maman et papa sont pour les danser avec moi. Et maman, par les mots, on n'est pas fait de l'accordéon. Et maman, par les mots, on n'est pas fait de l'accordéon. Oh!
Yeah.
Et maman et papa sont pour les danser avec moi. That's mom and dad. Nobody wants to dance with me.
We got time for two more, my friend.
2 more songs?
Yeah, man.
Oh gosh, well, I didn't have 2 more, but
Then
I'll fill the time, Dan.
I got a request if you don't mind.
Oh, what's that?
Death of John Henry. Got that in you?
That's a long song.
Then we can play your fiddle too, and I guess you can do it.
I'll play John Henry, but maybe what if I just play the second half of it?
Perfect. Just Henry, the tale of Henry.
That's my favorite part of the song. Is it gets good in the beginning. See, the whole first half of the song, John Henry just died, and it's this kind of funeral march, and people are traveling to go see the funeral of John Henry. And there's one lyric in the first half that's just great. It's the last thing that his wife says to him as she sees him is, "Honey, I've been good to you." But this is the second half of the song. Start seeing the life of John Henry. John Henry said to his shaker, "Shake for a while, I sing." He dragged the hammer from my shoulder, son. You're bound to hear that hammer ring. You're bound to hear that hammer ring. Well, John Henry said to his captain, "I am a Tennessee man. Before I let a steam drill drive me down with a hammer in my hand, down with a hammer in my hand." This is the best verse. John Henry hammered on the mountain till his hammer caught fire. And the very last thing that he said in this world, "Cool drink of water before I die. Cool drink of water before I die." Here you go, Dan.
Thank you.
Well, thank y'all so much for listening, and for supporting us musicians through the last several months, and anybody else who's involved with the music industry. I can't imagine being part of Live Sound, Matt. It's just what a hit this has taken, and a lot of, I really have seen the best of human nature come out in the last 6 months. People are really helping each other. We're all helping each other, and for everyone who's helped me, I truly appreciate it. So thank you, and thanks for watching, and come shop at the Bop Shop. I'm just going to leave playing a fiddle tune called "Nail That Catfish to a Tree." I learned it, the Brothers Blue went to Ireland last year, and I learned this from an Irish fiddle player at an old time session playing American music. So, Dan, I'm just going to play it. You feel free to cut the feed whenever you want, and
Okay.
see you folks. Have a wonderful weekend.